labor employees trainer. And then Alita Haskins with God of Second Chances, Clean and Sober, Transitional Housing. And Elise Shadon, did I say that correct?
Elsie Shadon.
Shadon, sorry, Shadon. She's with Keller Williams. So I welcome you all. And I actually see one of our guests already exit as participant. So if they come back in, it could be because their time, they actually was on a time schedule. So we may have lost them in the wait. So we will start with Jay Shauna.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Jashana Graves, but everyone calls me Shanna. And I have to make sure I share that pronunciation. Shanna rhymes with banana or Anna. So I just have to say that. And so thank you for inviting me, Miss Carmela. It's been amazing just being on this journey with you. And so I'm honored to be here with you all. I am an author, speaker, coach, as well as a talk show host. And everything I do is pertaining to mental health and personal development. And so for me, this journey started a while ago, but I want to say within 4 years, I've really been focused on it and just putting my all into it. And so I write, so this book right here is called walkingintouncertainty.com. And then that's also the name of the website. And so this is actually a workbook. And as I sit and share my story, it's time for the reader to answer the questions. And so I have questions after each chapter. And so it's just a time for that person to reflect. And I also put space in there. I put space in there for them to be able to answer the questions. And at the same time, it's just healing. It's time to heal. And my thing is, it's called the Shine Collection. My second book just came out, and it calls It Start With Me. And all of these goes in orders. I also have journals that's coming out next year, as well as another book called You Have Permission. And again, it's just called the Shine Collection. And pretty much I take the time to share my story in hopes of the reader or families coming together and having conversations. Because what we don't see or we're starting to see is people expressing themselves and just being able to take time to talk to someone and just let them know what they're dealing with and what's going on. And that's something that I didn't even see growing up. I couldn't go to anyone and share what was going on with me because they didn't even know what was going on with me, or they didn't even know what was going on with themselves. And so in my book, I open up about, how I had to deal with abandonment issues, neglect, suicidal thoughts and attempts. At one point, I was homeless. How do you come out of that? How do you move forward? And so it really took a lot out of me because during the time of writing the book, it's also another chance for me to heal as well. And so the thing is, sometimes we think that we're healed from something, but as you continue to write and as you continue to just let it all out, it just was an amazing experience. And so some of the reviews I've received was, you helped me look at my life. And then also at the same time, a mother, she was like, now I'm able to talk to my kids in a way that they understand and letting them know that I'm here for them. And so I've just been able to receive great feedback, especially those who have dealt with depression. And it was like, wow, I didn't even know I was dealing with depression until I read your book. And so my goal is to just help as many people as possible, from the youth to adults, just people in general, to really tone in and focus on our mental health and personal development because it's needed. If we don't take the time to work on ourselves, then we can't look at other people because they're not gonna help us. Only we can help ourselves. And so that's just a little bit about what I do, majority of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is it, do you prefer to be approached as Shauna or just Shauna? Do you
Shanna.
prefer? Shanna, sorry, Shanna.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shanna, for your presentation. So we'll move on to Twanda Hill.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I am Twanda Hill. I am a mother, a grandmother, a businesswoman, entrepreneur, and I actually celebrated 25 years in business. So yes, thank you. I'm here to let people know that you can do it and you can be very successful at it. And also too, for our Echo Glen you to know that that's an opportunity or an avenue for you. So don't always think you have to have a job. Sometimes you have to let your entrepreneurial spirits kick in. And when I first thought about doing this, I was like, oh no, my girlfriend's like, oh, you could do marketing, freelance. I'm like, oh no, I need a job. I need a paycheck every 2 weeks. Well, 25 years later, honey, I haven't had a paycheck every 2 weeks. but I have been quite successful. And most of all, it's fun. I'm an event planner by trade. That is the skill set that probably pays the most. But I also think of myself as just a community organizer, a community gatherer. I have the pleasure of working, and I work primarily with nonprofit organizations up and down the I-5 corridor. And that gives me a taste of a lot of different venues, avenues. In all the work that I do, it seems to be around either art, education, or youth. One of my largest contracts that I've been working with the last few years is with African Americans Reach and Teach Health Ministries. And we started out 20 years ago as a way to help alleviate stigma around HIV and AIDS, especially in the churches. And from that, we got into breast cancer awareness, and we're really about health and health equity for Black people. We do a whole program for elders living and aging well. We work with caregivers. A lot of time people are caregivers and you're so busy taking care of someone else, you forget to take care of yourself. So, and then we really have gotten a lot of recognition these last couple of years is around COVID and vaccine clinics and awareness. When our elder Black people could not get vaccines, we were able to partner and collaborate with the churches and Fred Hutch, and we were getting our folks in there, 300 people every couple days getting vaccines. I mean, we just took the stress away from our folks where they didn't have to worry about, the lady said I was on the phone for 3 hours and then got disconnected, or if they're not quite computer savvy. So in my work that I do, so I say events is kind of the overall stigma, but with COVID, we actually taught our elders about laptops. I taught them the elements of a laptop. I taught them how to get on Facebook. So if your grandparents are on Facebook killing y'all, you can say, thank you, Miss Twanda. And I'd say you're welcome, because we got to stay connected and got to keep them in the loop. And that's what COVID did. It shut down so many avenues. So we were able to help folks get reconnected using technology. I do a fun program in the summer times with Dr. Maxine Mims, and many of you may know her. Those of you who have struggled, it's just part of your healing, it's part of your learning process. I'll never forget one year she was working with this young man. He had been in and out of the system. And she said to him, you're really smart at math. You're selling this and you're selling that. So really, you're a financier. You're a financier. And she showed him how the skill set that he was using on the other side of the street could help him in a business side. So it just, you got to meet people where they are. But we do an exciting concert every summer called Let the Strings Speak. And every year they speak a different name, whether it's unity or love or collaboration. And it's an intergenerational concert at Langston Hughes where we use the vibrations of the string music for healing. And it just sets the tone. And so people might think they're coming for a concert, but it's so much more than that. So it's always in August, it's always at Langston Hughes, and we make it a community event because we do pay what you can. So I don't want to hear nobody say, oh, I couldn't go because it costs too much. Really? Free is too much. You know, the only thing that happens is that if you need a free ticket, guess what? You got to sign up early. You can't wait to the last minute, which, you know, shouldn't do anyhow. So the things, like I said, I do in the community are fun. I worked with Langston Hughes on their 50th anniversary. I worked with the city of Seattle on the One Seattle Juneteenth program. I did the Festival Sunjata at the Seattle Center for 5 years. I mean, Kamel has always called me. Every year I've gotten to be a speaker, whether I'm teaching technology, social media marketing. So the skill set is wide. And I think it's important, if you don't take anything else away, understand that what your natural skills and gifts are, and then know that you can take those and make those generate revenue for you. So that's what Shauna is doing. You know, I had met her, but I hear your story, and that's what you're doing. You're just taking your craft and you're making them work for you. So I look forward to whatever I can do to support anybody coming out. You know, I work with Central Area Senior Center. I do hiring for them. So if someone is looking for work, you know, I'll make sure that each time there's a position open, I'll make sure I get it over to Women in Business Expo Group. You know, because we're always looking for the BIPOC community. You know, that's my preference in helping to find jobs for us. And when you have the pleasure of working with us, what an experience. What an experience. So thank you guys for the opportunity to share.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So our next speaker will be Mike Kuntz.
He stepped away for a second.
He stepped away for a second. Okay. Okay. So we'll go to Alita.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Just thank you for this opportunity. I'm a mom, a grandmother, and a former incarceree. And I just wanted to let the young people know that I've been doing, when I was in my addiction, I was an addict for over 30 years, been to prison 5 times myself. And when I gave my life over almost 13, well, next month it'll be 13 years, you know, I changed my life, and I just, you know, and I knew that I needed to go and give back. I knew the things that I knew about the system and how they worked and how corrupt it was, and just to let people know that there's life beyond incarceration. So I started doing my researching on how can I help individuals coming out of incarceration. So I started back in 2014, getting all the information, getting all that I needed, and getting things up and running. My first property was a gift from my aunt. And so from there, from 2014 now today, we have 4 properties in a 9-unit apartment complex that we have. And so we are a nonprofit, God's House of Second Chances, clean and sober faith-based. It started out with housing men and women coming out of, that's why I was asking Mike about Purdy, because I was a resident. You know, I was in Purdy 5 times, and so I just didn't remember the name. But in doing this, I went out into the community because I understood how hard it was to get employment once after incarceration. So I started partnering with Ezel's Chicken and Popeye's Chicken and Old Country Buffet and these places there to be able to assure employment for the individuals that were coming out. Now, the last year, I started noticing a lot of young people just kind of hanging out on the streets. And so I inquired with a friend of mine and I said, well, what's going on? And he was like, well, a lot of these young individuals are displaced youth from out of foster care. And so I knew that my heart, I wanted to reach them and not only, you know, reach them, but let them know my story that I started out at 16 and I was 43, you know, when my life was changed, and that no matter what you go through in life, you know, that you can change, you can live a productive life. And so with that, we're going back to school. So what God's House of Second Chances offers, we offer job training, we offer resume writing, we offer healing classes. We have gardens in each property where it's a wellness and therapeutic component that helps them with their mental health. We also teach them how to do an interview, and we have jobs already lined up for them, you know, and I just redirect them to where they need to go. And so like I want to say the last 6 youth that I got, all 6 of them got jobs within like a week and a half.
Amen.
So yeah, so you know, so that just, you know, and so that's what we do. We are a nonprofit organization. We supply bus tickets, you know, we supply bus tickets for them. We also have some of the individuals, some of our team members that if they need rides, transportation, we support them in their courts. You know, when they're still dealing with some court issues, we go into the courts, we support them. We also, God's House of Second Chances also, when we changed one of the policies inside the prison system, where we now have some of the men and women that are coming out for resentencing, the SB Senate 6164. So we were a part of that change in there. And yeah.
Wow. Well, it sounds like a great program you guys run over there. I definitely will be reaching out. I actually am a business owner as well, which I didn't mention, but I pretty much positioned myself to be a business owner so I can give opportunities as well. So I definitely want to connect with a lot of you to even, you know, build that community even more. So Mike, you stepped away for a little bit, and so we skipped you only because you stepped away. So now you can present. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, thank you very much. What empowering stories everybody has. It's incredible. And I was thinking about my past. I wasn't even going to talk about myself, but I'm thinking about it. And you know, I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out in 11th grade. I had an abusive family, divorce, stepfather, all that stuff. And I played every sport I could play so I wouldn't have to go home early after school. But it's not about me. But I overcame everything. And I guess I could be called an entrepreneur also, because I try to teach. I'm an apprenticeship coordinator for the laborers union in King County. Our apprenticeship program is Northwest Laborers Employers Training Trust. And we have probably 1,300 apprentices through our program. But I always try to instill in them that you need to do work outside of your job also to help make yourself more comfortable in the future. And that's what I did. Also, I worked as a union laborer for 30 years now. I've been an apprenticeship coordinator for almost 15 years. And I never thought I'd be an apprenticeship coordinator, but I bought real estate as I was working. And I try to teach our apprentices about, you know, foreclosures or short sales, or their budgeting, their income, staying, you know, within their their unemployment benefits. Some, you know, you got to go to classes and try not to overextend yourself and buying espressos and all that stuff. But I had to step away from the meeting because I had a call from individual who was just being released to a halfway house. And we deal with a lot of incarcerated people, and we have a lot of success stories from people being incarcerated and females. But with the local I work with, our minority numbers are like 47% of our members are minority. We have, right now we have 520 apprentices in our local in Des Moines, King County, and 16% of those apprentices are female, and we're always looking for more. We have open calls for apprentices, females, minorities, people who have completed the track program out of Purdy. We have, you know, community workforce agreements, apprenticeship utilization agreements for our contractors. We're always looking for people to join our program, no matter what walk of life they've come from. Unrepresented people in our community, underserved. So if you know of anybody that, you know, female, whoever, incarcerated, they just need a 10th grade education, a driver's license, decent transportation, and we can help them out. They just got to go meet our minimum, you know, they got to go through a drug test. But we're looking for people all the time. We invested $40,000 in free training and no cost to them. We're one of the trades that have retiree medical. So when you retire, like when I retire, my medical insurance will cost me like $198 a month, and instead of $1,000 to $2,000. We're like the only trade that has that benefit when you retire. But we're constantly looking for people. We're not getting a lot of good applicants. We have so much competition with Amazon, Microsoft, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff, right? But we're busy. I'm on committees with the Department of Labor. You know about the infrastructure package that's been passed, $1.2 trillion for infrastructure improvement. And there's going to be a ton of work coming up in the building trades. And a lot of that work has apprenticeship utilization requirements on those projects. They're going to have female participation, minority, zip codes, all sorts of stuff. But if anyone's interested in the laborers union, we have a lot of opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you. And how can people contact you real quick? Can you state that for us, Mike?
Yeah,
That's
I'm going to put our office number in the chat.
Okay.
And they have to call for an appointment.
Okay.
But we take applications twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay.
And there's a lot of opportunities if they want to be a union labor. They can make over $100,000 a year as a labor, and that's full medical, dental, vision, prescription drug, pension. It's not a 401k; it's a defined pension. And if a member has 10 kids, they get all the benefits. Also, they could have 20 kids, and they get the medical, dental, vision, prescription drug. Let's see, let me put that in there. But yeah, we're super busy, and there's a lot of work coming up.
Okay.
And we work close. We work closely with the penitentiaries and the correction facilities. We've been around for over 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the phone number to our office. Okay. And that's for King County. We have offices in Pierce County, Snohomish County, And we're also part of the Labor's International Union of North America. So we have locals all over the country, Alaska, Canada, Hawaii, New York. Once an apprentice graduates the program, they can travel anywhere across the country or Canada with that journey level card. And I used to travel. You get per diem, they pay for your housing and traveling. And I made a lot of money that way. But I like staying home now and staying close to home. But there's so much opportunity. We build high rises, bridges, tunnels, stadiums, hospitals, schools, highways. We build our community, and there's a sense of pride there. And you learn so much. By working out in the field, I learned how to build my own houses too. So I've remodeled a number of houses and flipped houses. So you can do other stuff on the side. It's amazing amount of things and knowledge. But if you like working with your hands and working in construction, give us a call. We're busy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll move on to Elsie. I'm sorry, Elsie.
Yes, hi, hi. It is such an honor to be amongst everyone on here. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank
So
you.
it is Elsie Shadon, and I've been in real estate for since 2004. So that's about 18 years now, 18 plus
Wow.
years. And I started off as a residential real estate broker, and that went on until about 2009 or so when the market started to shift. And during that time, I appreciate, Mike, that you talked about a little bit about foreclose, because there's a lot of homes that were short selling back then and foreclosing. And I thought, as an agent at that point in time, I had to make that shift because otherwise I would go hungry. So I started to get into investment properties, and a lot of it was going down to the courthouses on Friday and bidding on homes. And so that was probably about 2009 to, I want to say 2014 or so, when the market started to pick up again. And I just started to pick up different clients that were doing investment properties, and would teach them a little bit about how to do that, what the numbers were looking like, if it was a good property to flip or to hold. And now that it's 2022, the market is shifting again. And people always ask, well, how's the market going? And in any type of market, there's always an opportunity to invest. And so as a real estate broker, I would say, if anybody out there, young people out there that's looking to get into real estate, it's for everybody. It's truly an entrepreneurial position. You can start off with not even being licensed. A lot of times I like to tell the mailman, you can get into real estate if you see a property that's abandoned, let me know. And we can start from, contacting that person, and you could be the bird dog. You can tell me, like who that owner is, what the property is about. And there's wholesalers out there. There's people that are investors out there that's willing to purchase the property. So we make that connection. So there's absolutely a lot of opportunities in real estate, and it doesn't start with just being a real estate broker. It can start with being an investor. It can start with construction. It can, there's just a vast variety of opportunities.
Okay, well, thank you so very much. Alan, you'll be next to share with us.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hello, Carmel. How are you?
Good, good.
Good to see you. Good to see
Glad
you.
to have you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. My name is Alonda Edmondson. I am a State Farm agency owner here in Kent. I've been in business for 5 years. A little bit of background about myself, since everybody's getting a little deep. So I'm a first generation college graduate of my family. I come from a family of 5, a single parent. I was grew up in I would say peculiar home. So, you know, my mom was in and out of drugs, and dad passed away when I was 2. Lost his battle to pneumonia due to AIDS. So my mom raised all of us. She was an entrepreneur herself, even in and out of her addiction. She did real estate, and she did appraisal services on the side. I put myself through college, got my degree, went ahead and got a master's degree in public administration, and thought I was going to be a law enforcement officer, and ended up selling insurance. So um, what I will say to young people is, you know, the sky's the limit. I think a lot of times we feel like we're a product of our environment. So what we see is kind of what we get. I encourage you all to get out and get involved in any kind of program. For me, growing up, it was music. So I was in band. I played trombone. My trombone allowed me to travel to Europe. I did a tour in Europe for a month with an international jazz ensemble. That also allowed me to get scholarships. I also, you know, got out and did Boy Scouts when everybody was playing football. And that allowed me to network and grow, you know, kind of grow my line of expertise. And when it was time to get out of college and start getting jobs, I was able to really align myself with management positions, and kind of just jumped on LinkedIn and took a chance on myself, moved myself from Michigan, myself and my wife and my kids. We moved all the way here to Washington about 6 years ago, and took a chance on this opportunity. And so what I do now is my goal is to really diversify my staff. My staff currently, I have a Somali team member, also speaks Arabic. I have a team member from Peru. She speaks Portuguese and Spanish. I have a team member that is Mexican and Filipino, and she also speaks Spanish. And then most of my team is female, aside from one team member. And that's my goal. I like to take my team, get them bumping elbows. The unique opportunity that I have as a State Farm agent is that I am my own boss. And so any meeting I go to, when I go and meet with my corporate partners, I'm dealing with movers and shakers, and my team has direct access to them as well. So there's no glass ceiling with an opportunity working in insurance. 5-10 years ago, I would have never thought, you know, I never thought I'd be here doing this, but it's treating me really well. Aside from the many things I sell, you know, obviously we sell auto insurance, home, life, health insurance. We also have partnerships with US Bank. I have my mortgage license with Rocket Mortgage through my partnership with State Farm as an agent, so I can do mortgages, Elsie. And I also sell pet insurance, and we do small business insurance as well. So all you guys that are looking to, you know, start your own business, you know, feel free to reach out to me with anything, any advice you need as far as, you know, how to get your business policy started. It's huge. It's extremely important that you have insurance on your business, especially with the amount of loss we're getting out here in the greater Northwest to business owners and their properties. I'd love to chop it up with you, or if you just want to know my story, obviously, you know, it's you know, I'd love to help, and love to be of service to you. So thank you guys for having me on the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So that's actually the end of our guest speakers. And just now I've been wondering who Tiffany Sewell was, but now I see they're with Echo Glen. Yeah. So welcome to you guys all in there. I'm so happy you guys made it.
Thank you.
Yes, awesome. So I will turn it over to Carmel.
Yes, I want to thank you all this afternoon for participating in our community resource workshop. Thank you, Echo Glen, for attending workshop number 4. This is our community resource. And our goal here, you know, our purpose was really to show, you know, that despite the background, despite where you come from, you know, despite what you've been through, there's still opportunities out there. And as you can see, the people that have attended this afternoon, you know, this workshop here have taken their time to really, you know, just spend the time with you guys this afternoon to show you that the opportunities are still there. There's still possibility, you know, in any industry, if it's real estate, you know, insurance investing, you know, if you want to be an entrepreneur, start your own business, as Ms. Tawanda Hill, you know, event planner, whatever the goal is, you still have an opportunity to walk through that door. And that's what our purpose is to show you today. And this is just a small part of the community resource, but we definitely wanted to emphasize, that the opportunities are still there, and walk through the doors, walk through them, it's not the end of the road where you're at right now. So we're here, utilize the resources, use the support, definitely reach out, because we're here, for that. That's why us as business owners, as entrepreneurs, the organizations, the programs, that's why we're here. And we want to definitely step up, and show our support for the young people there that are transitioning from Echo Glen or wherever the support is needed. So we thank you guys, like I said, once again this afternoon, for just taking part in the workshop. And hopefully something was said today that may touch your mind, your heart, your spirit, and say, you know what, this is something it is that I can do. And this is a different direction or a different path it is that I would like to take. So again, like I said, I want to go ahead and personally, again, thank all of you for your time this afternoon. This has been an amazing journey that we've done with Echo Glen, and I am just so grateful as the CEO and founder of the Women in Business Expo Group, to be able to do the work. And that's what it's all about. It's us doing the work to build our community, to be that bridge, to be the support it is that we all need for one another. So again, I thank you all. Also, too, I want to give a special thanks to my team, Jewel Howard, who's the host here this afternoon. Also to Miss Fatima, Evelyn Ray, Jesse. You guys have been a great team to work with. This has been an awesome journey. Like I said, we've done meetings every other Monday, and it's been just a great experience. And I just thank you all for your time, your energy, your support, and your effort, and look forward to what the universe brings us next year, because it's going to be good.
Yes.
It's going to be good. So again, I thank you all from the Women in Business Expo Group here located in Seattle, Washington. And as I've said before, you can definitely check us out online, our website, www.wibeg.biz. Continue to check the website out for more information, details, and more upcoming workshops also too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as far as Tiffany, if there's anyone in the pod that would like to share anything from over the last 3 workshops they attended, or if they have any questions due to them coming in a little late, if they have any questions, they have a little time where we can open the floor for that as well.
Hi, sorry, I was in another room.
Oh, no, I was just saying that if any of the participants in the pod would, if they have any questions or any type of feedback, we definitely will welcome it right now, because we really want them to be a part of this as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Do you guys have any questions or feedback that you want to give?
What do you mean? I'm asking myself, what do they do?
One of our residents said, "What do you guys do?"
what do we do? So, well, as of right now, we're trying to create and build a community for our youth. The workshops that we have created for you all is primarily to give you resources for you guys can touch on different opportunities, whether it's entrepreneurship, employment, or just getting new ideas and striking that interest on how to get better outcomes. For the 4 who came to the front of the screen, I'm glad I have your attention. But yeah, I mean, primarily it's like for myself, I am a business owner. I own heavy duty janitorial service. My whole primary goal was to become a business owner because I actually experienced loved ones who were incarcerated. And it poured over into their adult lives. And so they thought they could never have the opportunity to do something better. So I just wanted to be able to be that support system for individuals who, have a hard time obtaining employment because of their background, and not having them bias judgments on people and giving them another opportunity. And And so that's primarily that. And I really target our youth because you guys are our future. You guys have the opportunity to change. And I just believe in that really, really heavily. So, and I think we're all kind of in the same boat. And also there's just some different opportunities that you can have attending our workshops, because we are here to connect you with the community, be that bridge. There's a lot of times you're not aware of what's out there. You know, you don't think there's an opportunity. There's other opportunities of what you've been already, you know, subjected to. So we're really in the work. We're in this field because we're trying to bridge that gap and show by doing and not just
Jewel,
talking about it.
I think
Yeah.
there's one gentleman who has a question
Okay.
in the gray. You had your hand up?
Oh, I think he was giving us, okay, so we was reading that differently. I thought he was like in agreement with what I was saying, but do you have a
okay.
question? Do you have a question?
Yeah, for entrepreneurs, or whatever it's called, does running a dispensary count?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if you guys get the opportunity to sit and brainstorm and think about the things that you may want to do, because to be honest with you, you guys might, I believe you guys have skills, you know, and them skills you can transfer over. Just like earlier, you kind of missed we touched on the fact that, you know, sometimes we have a skill that we can actually step out and it can become a business for us. So if you know how to organize, or you're a leader, or, you know, you're good with math, or you're good with, you know, seeing patterns in the world, or, you know, problem solving, or, you know, you just have that, you know, way to engage with people and make them feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Them are all things that you can really like put into a business and create something new. Believe that. I believe it. I'm a prime example. But anyway. Any other questions, fellas?
Jewel, will they get a chance to see the full recording?
Yes, definitely so. They will, yes. We will be giving them that opportunity as well. Any other questions?
You guys have any other questions?
How you? Go ahead. Nah. How much money you make a year?
How much money do I make a year?
Yeah.
To be honest with so for me personally, I've been in the business for a year, so I haven't hit the threshold of 100,000 yet. But I know like next year, if I continue to grow, it's really unlimited. Right now, my goal is to at least bring in more than $10,000 a month. And I'm there. Let's just say that.
So
And that's
I'll
doing
answer-
and that's
I'll
doing
answer for you.
and I'll have Tawanda piggyback on that. But I'm in the cleaning business. Okay, so there's a lot of individuals out here because of COVID, but then also just people like to have clean environments. So presenting that and working that and delivering that service is a very well outcome. Like I've been getting a lot of good feedback. And as like, for instance, if you guys were to come out and call me and say, you know, Ms. Howard, do you have any availability? Like I can give you opportunity to have work. It's just that I need reliable people who see the dream, who see the positiveness of just working. And not to say you have to stick with heavy duty. It could be a step up to start doing some investments, you know what I'm saying? But the fact is there's a lot of things you can do in the cleaning industry, whether it's marketing, whether it's, you know, getting skilled to do different type of jobs in the market as well. So it's really unlimited. It's just based on how hard you want to go. And, you know, that's kind of what it is. So
Right.
Tawanda,
No, go ahead, young man.
How many businesses do you own?
One.
One.
I own one business, and I do a lot with brain power. I don't have a commodity that I'm selling. I sell my brains, and I am happy to say I've been in business over 25 years, and I probably grossed over $200,000 last year as a one-person operating machine. So graphic design, event planning. So a lot of times, you know, when my son is in his 30s now, but when he was younger, I would go to his school, and I teach the kids about graphic design, because everybody's not gonna be book smart, and everyone's not gonna understand that but there's a lot of creativity. And so I remember the reason I'm not afraid to answer that question is because when my son was in 5th grade, a kid asked that question. And the teacher, she didn't want me to answer it, but I wanted him to know back then that, yeah, I was making $65 an hour, because you can make that kind of money with, if you got creativities and you got skill sets, some organizing, you can write your own ticket. So don't feel like because you're in the situation where you start is not where you have to end.
Right.
So the gentleman who talked about a dispensary, yeah, it sounds cool. Okay, I'm gonna run a dispensary, but guess what? There's some work that goes with that. You have to understand who your market is, who are you targeting, what location do you want? So you need to know where the Allens and the Elsies are so that your business and your dispensary is in the right location. Who are the people who you're gonna hire? Are they trustworthy? You need to know that right now, those businesses are not allowed to have bank accounts. So you almost a robbery waiting to happen, because you got all kind of monies coming in. So it's not just like, okay, I'm gonna open up a dispensary. You know, you have to kind of think through the process. So as you're in there and you have time to think about your next step, if that's your goal, think about the pieces of the puzzle and how you can accomplish your goal, because you can do whatever it is that you want to do and make great money so that you can afford to live. Look, Alan, Alan got something to say too. Look, he turned on his mic. Come on, Alan, hit these brothers with some knowledge.
What's your age range, fellas? You said 15? Yeah, that's right. So here's my advice. I grew up like y'all. Could have been in and out. Was a lot of my friends. I got friends that are dead, that died after, we graduated high school, thought they were good guys, got into the streets. That's not a life y'all want to live, man. I'll tell you what I did when I was 15. Start jobs and start building skills. Don't necessarily look at what it pays you. Don't look at the short-term success. When I was 15, I was deep frying fish at a mom and pop fish place. EJ's Famous Fish is what it's called. I did that over the summer. I used to work, under the table. I was getting paid under the table, probably longer than I should be, late night. But, I developed a lot of people skills, frying fish. I was delivering papers. I worked at grocery stores, unloading grocery trucks. I worked at UPS. I did everything. I even cut grass at the cemetery for summer. I was weed whacking grass, around tombstones. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys right now, just because of how you look, your background, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Is that what y'all say? Keep it a buck. It's challenging. It's gonna be difficult. There are not gonna be a lot of doors open for you. That's just the reality, especially because of the decisions you made to get you to this point. But you still have time to turn it around. You still got time to make a difference. I know a lot of millionaires right now who started right where y'all at. That was sitting right where y'all was sitting. And you got time. Once you hit a certain age, you already know them felonies ain't coming off, and misdemeanors sit on you a little longer. So, if you truly want to make a change, there's opportunity out there. From flipping properties to selling to doing real estate to being a speaker, taking your life and turn it into something that can influence others and help others. Your story is not unique, but it's also a story that doesn't have to limit you to where you think you're already going, I already got caught selling drugs. I already got caught, doing robbery. So that's me. That's my lifestyle. That's what I'm supposed to be. You don't have to be that. You really don't. And there's an opportunity out there. I can tell you right now, find yourself a mentor, find something to latch onto, and you're going to get some heat for it. I got called corny, lame when I was doing the scouts and stuff like that, but that didn't stop the opportunities from coming in. And a lot of the people that was calling me that, they still where they at, and I'm where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, we in different places. So y'all probably get this a lot from your counselors and the people that you're working with. But I had a little brother that was in and out of the system. I've had uncles, I've had aunts, brothers and sisters, all of them. And sometimes it's a challenge to not get sucked into that when you're around it so much. But you can make it out. You can be a rose in the concrete. That's what Tupac said. And I believe that every patch of land has the potential to grow and bear fruit. So just stick it out. When y'all get out of there, don't go back. Y'all enjoy being in there?
Fuck no.
I left and I came back.
It's whatever.
You said yesterday. You said you enjoyed it yesterday?
Nah.
No, you don't enjoy it at all, right?
No.
Nah, man. I'm telling you, if I was y'all, I would not want to be there. I'm out. First time I'm out, I'm not looking back.
And then also just that piggyback on that, what the good thing about it is that you guys want to start having these conversations before you come out, because it's really easy to go back. And that's one reason why we want you guys to take advantage of the opportunities, because before you get out. And just real quick, and if anyone else has anything to say so we can close out, but that is one reason why we have the resource guide. And I'm hoping Tiffany, I don't know if Tiffany's near, but Tiffany, Nick should have a resource guide for you all to have. That way you can go through it. You can have contact information. You can start looking up what it is. Start asking yourself what it is that I want to do different. Just start asking yourself, challenge yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because I will say this, my son's father was incarcerated for 6.5 years in a federal detention center, and he got out, he got a job, he loved this job. And then guess what happened? He got in a car accident and he is no longer with us. But if he had an opportunity where he would have found out a little bit way before then, he might be still here. You understand? Sometimes you got to let go of what your old friends is doing, and you got to just value yourself and understand that what your worth is. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't even stress that enough, because I'm really passionate about it, because you guys still have the opportunity to find out about yourselves and what you like and what you can do, period. And that's just how it is, just real life. And I know that it's difficult. Like, I don't want you guys to come out going back to the same environment, because that's another reason why we have someone here who does transitional housing, and it's like, you can't go back. It's just mind-boggling when some of our youth goes right back to the environment they were in that caused them to go. And I don't fault you guys for that. It's kind of like it's almost like they say we're a product of our environment. So it's something like that. So start thinking about now how when you get out, you can switch up your environment, switch up your friends, switch up your mindset, have a growth mindset. Don't just believe in yourself and take the risk. Take that, you guys taking risk already. You see what I'm saying? So now take a risk that's gonna really try to switch up the whole game. That's just how it is. And I'm just like really passionate about that. So I apologize to take over all that. But if there's anyone else that would like to share, Miss Fatima will come to you. And then if there's 2 or 3, it is 4:07.
Okay, I'll just take a couple minutes. I just want to say blessings and greetings, young men. I'm Fatima, and we have Integrity Solutions, and that's about cultural identity. We take you by the hand and teach you how to appreciate who you are. We got to start having, and your culture. Our thing is live your life. We go back in the trauma of things that happened to you and help you extract it and begin the healing process. We are the most wasteful country on the planet. And so what integrity does is teach you the African, this used to be money before money was what it was. We talk about the ancestors and who your team is. And we teach you how to turn a piece of fabric into a scarf, or take some products from your culture and not waste anything. But more importantly, I want us to start having healthy conversations and beautiful conversations about money. Because if we don't have the richness within, then it won't have the integrity to be sustainable for your children. All of you men, is in your nature to be protectors. I want to see you be taken by the hand, okay? Utilize the resource book, call us and say help, okay? That's what we have to submit to surrender to, help, okay? And I just want you to know that My word for money is fertility. I want to see you men eventually have a family, and you all have a family business. That's going to increase your appetite. So make sure that I promise you that Women of Business Expo is attracting the highest and best quality people of integrity, people that you can build relationships with and start to build trust, because they will direct you to what's divinely next for you. Because we want you all to have the impact of keeping our sons, our daughters, your children, our grandchildren, they don't have to go through what you went through. That's one of your greatest gifts. So I just want to say, connect with us, because that's something you can do. And when we talk about money, we're going to go to this African worldview or whatever your culture is. And we're going to talk about the fertility of your heart, of your gifts that you came to be. And I'm a big believer, Integrity Solutions is, let's do what you came here to do, and we'll put a value on it. And everybody on this workshop, when you see the whole recording, you're going to feel people. Y'all know how to feel people. So I want to say blessings and love, because you're going to feel that love. You're going to feel that energy. And you ain't got to know much of anything other than how you measure your own sincerity. Sincerity is measurable. So I just want to say peace and love. We all passionate. My son right now is on probation. I'm the African dancer that come in and do, not now at 68, but do Juneteenth and Kwanzaa and Black History Month or Spanish Month or whatever your culture is. Live your art. Thank you so much. With integrity, in the grit, in the grind. We got stories, and we're gonna love together so we can have a planet and some water when your children get grown. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Fatima. Thank you all once again this afternoon for attending the Women in Business Expo Group's Youth Entrepreneurship Program. This is workshop number 4, our community resource workshop. Again, we thank Echo Glen Youth Detention Center and all of the guest speakers this afternoon for just taking the time and being a part of this workshop. You know, I'm just overwhelmed and overjoyed here, and just glad that we were able to complete the mission of the Youth Entrepreneurship Program. So again, for those of you that are interested, continue to check out our website, www.wibeg.biz. That's the Women in Business Expo Group website. You can also continue to check us out on Facebook, Women in Business Expo Group. All right, y'all. We thank you once again for your time this afternoon and look forward to the next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Good luck,
is
you
it
guys.
Thank you. Yeah, good luck, gentlemen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes.
Everybody have a good rest of the week and a great weekend. Happy Thursday.
Thanks.
Lord, do the same. Thank you,
Yeah.
Women of Business, and I will continue to outreach, okay?
Great job,
Thank you,
Fatima.
Shauna. Thank you, Michael, Twanda, all of you. Blessings to
Yeah.
your family. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Stay safe.
Alan, yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me,
Thank
Carmel.
you.
Sorry,
Yes,
sorry I
thank
gave you
you,
the
Alan.
runaround before I got you on the end there.
Mike, do you have something you want to share before you leave? Did you do?
No, I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Mike, and we'll definitely be in touch. I want to definitely connect with you and continue building this relationship. So
Yes.
Yeah, I hope so. Me too.
yes,
Lots of opportunity out there right now.
yes,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you.
And thanks for all what you guys do. It's
yeah.
great what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good
you.
evening.
Yeah,
Yes.
you take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh.